weeks into the 21-day lockdown, and the death toll due to COVID-19 stands at 114, and the total number of COVID-19 positive cases is 4,421. So considering these figures and the likelihood that it may rise because massive contact tracing is still underway and testing is still underway, it is very likely then that the lockdown period might even extend beyond 3 weeks, although the government has not said anything to that effect, but it has indicated that it will keep the lockdown in place in places that have become hotspots of the COVID-19 and consider a staggered lifting of restrictions in other places. So for now, the numbers, of course, are continuously rising, and it appears that in at least 7 states, which have together reported 1,367 coronavirus cases, they will probably continue to keep many restrictions in place even after this 3-week lockdown period is over. And the health ministry has so far maintained that 1,495 of the total cases reported in India so far have been linked to the Tablighi Jamaat event. According to a report by the Indian Express, it's been found that those districts, at least 1/3 of the total COVID-19 cases in the country, have been traced to districts, 31 districts that see the most number of in-migrations. So these districts are not only, they attract migrations mainly because they're also an economic hub. So after this 21-day lockdown period is over in mid-April, so it's very likely that these places that attract so much migration and therefore are hotspots for economic activities, they will still be under some restrictions. These places are in particular Delhi, Gautam Budh Nagar in Uttar Pradesh, Gurgaon in Haryana, Mumbai Suburban, Thane, Pune, Chennai, Kanchipuram, Coimbatore, Tiruvallur, Indore and Bhopal as well. There are some districts in Bengaluru in Karnataka and Hyderabad rural and urban in Telangana, there's Surat and Chandigarh. So any strategy beyond the 3-week lockdown period will have to keep some focus on these extremely important areas that have also emerged as hotspots of COVID-19. So while the Indian government has got this window of opportunity with this 21-day lockdown period, they are massively, the states and the center together are massively trying to ramp up the medical infrastructure in the country. What we're learning is that the railway, which had been roped in to turn coaches into isolation wards, had so far turned 5,000 coaches into isolation wards that could cater to at least 80,000 patients. Now they are trying to ramp up facilities to perhaps cater to some 4 lakh patients. So they have to keep churning out more coaches and turning them into isolation wards as per the requirement conveyed to them by the top authorities. Apart from that, in Kerala, a medical college that was under construction for 4 years, within the span of 4 days, has been converted into a COVID-19 only hospital. So this is an achievement by the state government, and this is how India is really ramping up its facilities to treat the number of COVID-19 patients it anticipates it might have. Yesterday, we told you that the government has reported that it has estimated that it would need some amount of medical equipment that are extremely crucial in the fight against COVID-19, and these are that India requires 27 million N95 masks, 15 million personal protective equipment, 1.6 million diagnostic kits, and 50,000 ventilators by June of 2020, and private sector players as well as NGOs and international organizations all have been roped in to scale up production tremendously over the next 2 months. Apart from that, Gautam Budh Nagar in Uttar Pradesh, that has emerged as a huge hotspot for the COVID-19 in the state. This place, the district magistrate, the administration here has deployed 300 teams to visit coronavirus affected areas and communicate to the people in these areas the benefits of hand washing and other preventive measures that can make sure that you are not so susceptible to the COVID-19 disease, and other best practices also will be conveyed by these 300 special teams that have been deployed across this district. Gautam Budh Nagar is not only a residential area, it's also very important. It's place that has many factories and industries and it attracts a lot of migration, and also many media houses are headquartered in this place. Apart from that, the big news from yesterday was that there has been a pay cut for all members of parliaments, and the president and the prime minister included, and the MP LAD fund, which is the Member of Parliament Local Area Development Fund, has been suspended for 2 years. And all of this money that will be collected, they will be sent to the Consolidated Fund of India, and from that, the expenditure for COVID-19 facilities, for COVID-19 testing and screening, and all of these activities will be made from that fund. And apart from that, the president and the governor and the vice president, they have also voluntarily opted to take a salary cut and contribute to this consolidated fund that India is currently keeping in order to meet any emergencies that this extremely contagious disease can throw up in the future. So these are the latest developments. Let us know if you have any questions or suggestions in the comment space.